Everybody heard how rough a start it was for us, because he said, he said that your company had threatened to sue us. And I was like, okay, that's good. So fast forward to, we'd been doing business 3 or 4 years, and we had a young lady who was a category manager and data analyst, and she would come in and she just knew how to handle Rich up and down, one side to the other. I mean, she just took care of Rich. She knew how to do it. And she was smart, and she was really good at what she did. And Rich respected the hell out of her. Her name was Beth Nutton. And so over the years, Beth had fought breast cancer. So about 4 years ago, Beth, at NACS, right before NACS, she'd got some really tough news. 5 years ago, she got some really tough news that her cancer had come back. And so we always did a dinner at NACS with the Cormark guys, Rich, the GPM team, etc. And so, everybody typically had a couple of cocktails, and a lot of big talk would go around. And so finally, Beth made it into that dinner that night. She was a little late, but she was coming in, and she wasn't very happy because of the diagnosis she had been given. And so she had on this leather skirt, and Rich is like, that was the sound, and she did this. Yeah, and she did the same thing to him. She's like, oh, I love him, and they really just, and she was bald-headed already by that point. And he said, I tell you what, Beth. He said, everybody at this dadgum table will wear a leather skirt if you come back to NACS next year. I promise you. Well, so about 2 weeks before NACS, that next year, it was going to be in Chicago. He's like, Bryce, is Beth coming? I said, yep, you'll be there. He said, well, I guess we got to figure out the damn leather skirts. So, true story, this roll of, Carl remembers, Carl was wearing one, this roll of leopard skin cloth, I found it online, I ordered it. I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out. And now my wife's like, what is that for? So I told him the story. So here I cut 25, I think, leopard skin skirts, and had bobby pins. And so Rich was like, you got it? It will be there. So we got to the restaurant, and it was something on the green. What was the name of that restaurant? Tavern on the Green. So we get there. And,
hey, Tom, before you go there, Kathy, he took off for Chicago, wherever it was, and forgot his damn leather skirt. He had to overnight it to it.
Yeah. So I had leather skirts for everybody else, and everybody put them on. And Rich is like, when she walks in the door, now we're all going to stand up. And, he just orchestrated that whole thing. And when she walked in, we all stood up. Everybody in there wasn't up dry in the room, made a
Rich could make people put on skirts. He didn't even know. There was Scott McPherson people he didn't know. CEOs of big companies. He had wearing skirts that night because he could make you do it. He just did it.
But that's the kind of impact he had that, everybody in here probably doesn't realize and doesn't know that he cared about that girl that saw him 2 times a year, maybe.
Yeah.
They loved each other, and we love. That's
touching.